Well, we're heading into a new decade now, and you may be looking for a digital marketing tactic you can use that your competition probably hasn't gotten on board with yet. With ad prices increasing on some social platforms, small business owners like you are looking for new channels they can invest in. Well, I've got something different to share with you today, and that is Snapchat advertising. Now, Snapchat's been around for a few years now, but they finally opened the gates for small businesses like you to advertise to their unique audience. And in this video, I'm gonna break down if Snapchat makes sense for your business, how to get started running ads, and some of the very best ways to use the platform to make your ads profitable in a snap. Now, in full disclosure, Snapchat did approach me to put this sponsored video together for you. But before you think this is just gonna be a big commercial for them, I did my homework first just to see if a video on Snapchat ads would actually be a benefit to you. What I found out was, not only could it actually be a great opportunity to get your name out there for a really good price, but I've actually got something better. I've got a coupon code for you where you can get $100 in free Snapchat ads, no strings attached, so you can just start putting this info into action today just to see for yourself if it's a good fit for your business. So just click on the link in the description below to get your free $100 and keep watching so I can show you how to use that money most effectively. So why even use Snapchat ads? Well, on average, there are 210 million people that use Snapchat daily. And Snapchat reaches 90% of all 13 to 24-year-olds and 75% of all 13 to 34-year-olds in the US. That's a lot of people, and those daily active users, they open Snapchat over 30 times each day on average, and they spend an average of over 30 minutes every day on it. And it actually used to be much harder to advertise on Snapchat. You'd need to talk to their sales team, and it was always actually pretty prohibitively expensive for small businesses to play. But now they've opened up a self-serve ad platform, and it just makes it super easy to get up and running, and they do offer some of the best value for your ad spend as you're likely to find on any other ad platforms. So let's address the elephant in the room here. Is Snapchat advertising right for your business? The answer is it depends, but their demographics do skew younger, which may be a good or bad thing depending on who you serve. But I will say this much, Snapchat reaches more 13 to 24-year-olds than Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger combined. And honestly, don't be fooled. This does not mean that older users don't use Snapchat. They also do as well. And with their age targeting features, you can absolutely still target the users they do have of any age. But, Gen Z and millennials have pretty much grown up their whole lives with the internet, meaning they might be that much more likely to actually convert into customers if you're selling something they want. And I'd actually say Snapchat is a perfect fit for small local businesses because the emphasis is always on authenticity on Snapchat, which many big companies try to mimic, but you as a small business owner actually have the advantage here. So now let's just talk about what works best on Snapchat ads going into 2020. And the first thing I want to bring up are lead generation ads. I've said it before in other videos, and I will say it here again. When you're advertising to cold audiences, the single best thing you can do is warm them up first. And one of the best ways to do that is to simply give them something really valuable for free, specifically an actionable piece of content that promises to solve something for them that also has a lot of overlap with your paid products or services. If you're an SAT prep service, for example, it might be the ultimate SAT prep starter kit. So you'd be using your ad not to sell your core service, but to promote your free lead magnet that they need to give you their email address for. Then they get the lead magnet, and you get the ability to gradually build trust with them over time, over email, where you keep providing valuable content with the occasional product pitch mixed in there. And it sounds like a lot to do, I know, but once you automate it and see that it's working, you barely ever need to touch it again. You can even retarget everyone who went to your site to get your freebie if you add the Snapchat pixel to your site. Okay, the next type of ad that works really well are what I call Doorbuster ads. So Let's say you're more of a brick and mortar business and your objective is just to get people in the door. Well, there's a lot you can do to make that happen using Snapchat ads. The trick is you want to use location targeting, which basically shows your Snapchat ad only to people in a tight radius around your location. And I recommend, about 2 miles around to be highly relevant and targeted. So that's the targeting. But what about the offer itself? Again, you'll usually want to give away something for free to entice them to come in at all, where they're likely to spend more money. And I love the example of a restaurant giving away a free dessert here. The cost to make a typical dessert is so low, but it's just enough of a draw to make people want to try you over the place next door that isn't offering that. So they come in, they buy a dinner for at least 2 people, and all it costs you is a few bucks at most. So, that's an easy example. But if you're not a restaurant, think of what you could reasonably give away for free to anybody who comes in the door. And yes, a discount can work okay too, but it should be substantial enough and have a deadline on it, ideally, to really entice people to actually take you up on it. All right, next I want to talk about lookalike audiences. So let's shift gears a bit and talk about my favorite way of targeting your ideal customers. So rather than just relying on a list of interests, what if you could basically clone all your best customers and then show your ads to people who are the most like them? Here's how it works. You just load up your list of customers or subscribers' email addresses, and Snapchat can build a lookalike audience off of this list to target more users like your current customers to help drive web traffic, sales, and potentially in-store foot traffic. The algorithm just figures out what they have in common based on their behavior on the platform. And once they know what those commonalities are between them, they go out and they find many, many, many more people who have the same things in common, and then they show your ads to those new people. Now, you generally want about 1,000 or more people on your initial list for it to be really effective. So if you've got a list that big, put it to good use, because in my experience, lookalikes are the best performing audiences from both a cost and results perspective. All right, next, emphasize the real and play up the fun. So Snapchat users tend to be younger consumers looking to interact with their real friends. Even the older users in their 20s to 40s are still looking for fun, engaging videos because they're on Snapchat. That's what it's for. So the more you can play into that fun, the better you'll do. The tone of your ad should be relaxed and authentic. Content should be informal, engaging, and very relatable. Now's not the time to go for that professionally filmed or photographed ad. In other words, I'm giving you full permission to just pull out your phone and start shooting. And because I know you're wondering, yes, I do recommend at least trying a video ad over an image ad. Video is just much more engaging in most cases, and it's a video platform, so meet your audience where they're at. But if this sounds like more than you want to do, you can actually just input your web address and Snapchat will make your ad for you based on the content of your page. Then all people need to do is swipe up to be taken to your site, or even an app install if that's your business. All right, next, you want to warm up audiences with video. So remember how I said the warm up is critical when you're advertising to a cold audience? Well, if you've got some great video content that'll let you make a stronger connection with your ideal customers, you can actually use your ads to promote those more long-form videos. The single best thing I did for my business was to start talking to you every week on video. The simple act of me showing up and teaching what I know about getting customers through your website has resulted in so many more people wanting to work with me one-on-one. And the same thing can be true for you and your business. Now, Snapchat's made it really easy to put yourself in front of your would-be customers in the form of a long-form video objective ad. It basically combines a bite-sized teaser with a more long-form how-to or behind the scenes or just pure entertainment video in one simple swipeable package. Now, just to be clear, you do need to use Advanced Create to use this video views objective. And this is also a fantastic way to warm up audiences before you run that lead generation campaign we talked about earlier. So anyone who swipes up to watch the longer video can then be re-engaged with a second ad trying to get them onto your email list. So next, I've got another video for you all about the latest digital marketing trends for 2020, so you can see all the latest, greatest options available to you. There's some really exciting strategies and tactics in there that I cannot wait to share with you. So just click right up here and I'll see you there.